In a recent study surveying over 1,500 students from Gen Z, one data point stood out. Students experienced this one negative emotion more than all the rest. If you had to guess, what do you think it would be? The most commonly experienced negative emotion across all of Gen Z is tiredness. Nearly 60% of students claimed that they feel tired a lot or some of the time. In his book entitled Why We Sleep, Dr. Matthew Walker identifies sleep loss as a defining issue plaguing our society. He says this: "No facet of the human body is spared the crippling, noxious harm of sleep loss. We are socially, organizationally, economically, physically, behaviorally, nutritionally, linguistically, cognitively, and emotionally dependent on sleep." That's quite a statement. But Dr. Walker goes even further and identifies a specific link in the lives of adolescents. Applying this study to Gen Z, he says this: "There is now clearer evidence that insufficient sleep can lead to aggression, bullying, despondency, depression, and even suicidality." Additionally, Walker notes that while a full night of slumber stabilizes emotions, a sleepless night can trigger up to a 30% rise in anxiety levels, according to new research from UC Berkeley. Therefore, the quantity of sleep doesn't matter, it's the quality of sleep that takes the prize. It seems as though a lot is riding on sleep. This is something that NBA player Andre Iguodala has applied to his professional career. He attributes his longevity in the league in part due to his emphasis on sleep. Consider the following graph illustrating Iguodala's performance as it relates to sleep. On 8 hours of sleep, Iguodala saw a near 30% increase in points per minute, 12% increase in minutes per game, and almost 10% increase in free throw percentage and a marginal increase in three-point percentage. And so in light of all of this, let's just take a step back and consider the big picture. In previous videos, we have noted that the smartphone and social media have been catalysts in the rising statistics in anxiety and depression in Gen Z. With this new understanding of sleep, it brings different realities into view. In my own personal research, 73% of sophomores at CCA have reported that their parents do not monitor their phone usage at all. A reasonable assumption, therefore, is that kids plug their phones in next to their beds at night. So now, you have kids scrolling through social media, messaging and FaceTiming one another into the late hours of the night, robbing them of critical hours of sleep that they desperately need for holistic health. In this way, the smartphone erodes student health from both ends. It creates anxieties during the day and then robs them of sleep at night, which is the most critical tool they need to successfully cope with their anxieties. The takeaway here is rather simple. We need to figure out ways to encourage better sleep habits in the lives of our students. Maybe that means cutting back on some overcommitments, but it likely means being more intentional about where our phones are located. Cal Newport suggests what he calls the foyer rule. It means that as soon as you enter your house, the phone stays in a specific location, such as a table in the foyer. It does not travel room to room with you. If you need it, you can walk over and do whatever you need to do, but then it must stay there when you're done. The decreased dependency and exposure then could help our students focus more on tasks at hand and perhaps wind down a little more quickly at night. Both of these would undoubtedly help encourage better sleep habits in the lives of our students and therefore encourage holistic health.